Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some of my favorite beauty products from 2021. I'm going to be sticking with everything but eyeshadow just because I have mostly eyeshadow and I'll be doing that in a separate video that'll probably be going up tomorrow. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a Latinx non-binary scientist and lover of makeup with a soft spot for indie makeup and colorful makeup. And I'd love to have you subscribe. I have new videos every week. Okay, so I thought about doing this in one big video, but I think that would be too long, and I don't have enough of every category to do like favorite lips, favorite complexion, favorite foundations, like some people do. I only tried 2 foundations this year. One of them is an old foundation, one of them is a new one. So like, I just don't have enough. Most of what I buy on a regular basis is eyeshadow. So that'll be a separate video, probably going up tomorrow. And then I also am going to be filming my declutter in the next day or so, and that'll be going up, I think, next week. I think there might be a couple videos. It's probably gonna be like 3 videos, and I'll separate it into little chunks of like eyeshadow palettes, other thing. We'll see what happens as I go to actually film. So I don't mind testing a new concealer or a new foundation or one of those things, but I don't feel the need to have a collection of like 5 to 10 of each of those items. I really just want, the thing I have fun with are lips and eyes and maybe eyeliner. Things like foundation and stuff is more like trying to find the right one for my skin tone. I am a medium olive, and olives are hard to find. A lot of the time I just have to go with a neutral, and it doesn't have that green that I need. And concealer, it's like trying to find the right one that looks good on my skin, is a good match once again. So I do have a few of those items, but it's not something that I'm like constantly going out and trying, especially a lot of brands don't have things for olive skin. And so I just don't even try, because I know I can use a neutral if it's the right kind of neutral, but a lot of them tend to be a little too peachy or something, and they just look a little off, and I can work it, but I'd rather not. So I don't have the largest amount of items here, but I have a little bit of everything that's not eyeshadow. So the first thing I'm going to mention is just, this is the first thing that I use every day, and that is the Haus Laboratories eyebrow pencil. So I've used a handful of eyebrow pencils, most of them kind of interchangeable. I use the Maybelline one most of the time just because it was small and a decent formula. But this is the Edge Precision Brow Pencil Crayon, and I use the shade Soft Brown, and this is great. This is a really good shade for me. Mostly my brows are really big and bushy anyway, so I basically, like, if there's like a little patch right here or something, I'll fill it in, add a little shape, and then I'll like add some extra out here just to make sure I don't have like one bigger than the other or something. But this is a great formula. It's got a really nice tiny tip, and I really love this. And then when it was on sale briefly, I bought a bunch of them. So I have these to last for quite a while. One thing I also really love about these is the shade range. There's a lot of shades, and they have like 3 red shades of different, like red blonde, you know, dark red, medium, like, so I'm not a redhead, but my husband is. So even he was able to find the best shade match for a brow pencil than we've ever found. So highly, highly recommend. Just like most Haus Lab products, I highly recommend checking these out, especially on sale. I think you should always try to get things on sale or for a discount. I rarely think you should buy things full price, because why pay full price when you have to? I generally buy Haus Labs from Amazon just because the shipping is faster. I have Amazon Prime, so I get most things in a day or 2. And Haus Labs, I think, uses FedEx or UPS, I don't know which one. So I have ordered from them. These came FedEx, and they got lost because of FedEx for 6 weeks. And Haus Labs had to send my order again. And then right after the new one came, the old ones came. So now I have like 9 of these. But So I just stick with Amazon in general because I also get Amazon gift cards as gifts periodically, or like you do a survey and you get one, so I'll put things like that towards these. So there's one non-makeup item that I do want to mention, and it is a nail polish. It's actually what I'm wearing today. They're a little chipped, but if you saw my last video, I had a rough couple days. Spent all night in the emergency vet with our dog after she ate chocolate. So behind in filming, behind in life. But this is the shade Misfit Right In from Essie. It's one of their expressy shades. And this is so pretty. Like, the reason I'm mentioning is this, one, it dries down fast, which when you're busy is great. But it's also a beautiful color. It's like copper and gold, and there's a little bit of pink in there sometimes too, and it's just really pretty. It's been my go-to shade all fall. It's still been my go-to shade. This bottle is basically empty. I rated them last week, end of last week, and it was hard to get enough out to do my nails. So that tells you how much I like this, that it's in 2 months is already basically gone. Because I just wear it all the time. I just really like the shade. The formula is nice and it dries very quickly. So there was one day I was going to a party for my department, and I managed to paint my nails and do my face, basically this face that I'm wearing now, just a different eye, in less than an hour. So highly recommend the Express shades from Essie if you haven't already, especially this Misfit Right In shade. Okay, and then I have 2 face products that I really want to mention that both came out this year that I've been obsessed with and use almost every day, and they are the Auric Glow Lust and the Fenty Skin Tint. So I'll talk about the Auric Glow Lust first. I have the shade Pyrite, which is the medium olive, and I think this came out, I don't know, early this year. I didn't buy any of the Smoke Reflex, but I wish I would have, and I still want them. Now that they're back in stock, if I don't get any for Christmas, I will probably be buying some sometime in the new year. But like if I have to buy a replacement for this, I will buy some of those. But this is beautiful. It's a liquid highlighter, but it's got just enough of a base color that I can wear it as a sheer glowy base. I will some days, especially if I'm lazy, I'll throw this on. It covers a little bit of the redness right here. I'll put some of concealer on and like maybe mascara or just nothing, and I'll powder it to make sure it's not too shiny, and that's it. It also just makes a really beautiful mix in. I'll mix it in with foundation to add some glow, or like mix it in with this to add some of that olive to this because this is a neutral. And you can see, I think if you hold it up to light, I've used about half this bottle. So I've used a lot of this. I'm not wearing it today, but it is, if you look at my description box or my YouTube, or no, if you look at my description box or my Instagram like tags, you will see this is in almost everything I've posted since it came out. And especially I really want to try the new olive green Smoke Reflect from Auric. It looks beautiful, and I'm a slut for olives and greens. It's my favorite go-to eye color. And then there's also like a taupe or like a bronzy one that I really want. Lately, I've just been in the mood for like a simple bronze eye, and I don't know if it's the holidays or the weather, but that's what I've been wanting to go to lately is bronze and taupes. And then this is the Fenty Ease Drops. So this is the skin tint they launched this summer, I think. This retails for $29, I believe. I've used most of this, like 2/3 of this is gone. This is basically the only foundation I wore this year until I got the Pat McGrath one recently. And now I've been going back and forth, but I've been using the Pat one a little bit more just because it's newer. It actually has an olive undertone, and I've used this one so much that I want to mix it up a little bit. But I love this. It has a very skin-like finish. So I'll often add the Auric Glow Lust in like a little like half pump of it to make it a little more dewy and hydrated, kind of what I look like today. But without that, it just looks like my skin. Like there's been days that I put this on, did my brows, and that was it. Maybe a little bit of concealer. And even my husband was like, it looks, I didn't even know you were wearing makeup. Like, he just had no idea. So I have the shade 11, which is a medium neutral shade, and it works really well. I don't wear foundation on my forehead because it tends to just, I have these lines and then I end up with like gross looking lines from expressing my face and doing this. So I think a good foundation for me, tone wise, is one that I can wear down here and doesn't look like a mask, doesn't look like, it looks like my skin, and it blends into the fact that I have nothing on my forehead. And I'm wearing the Pat McGrath one today, which obviously works really well. This one also works amazingly well. And then to go along with that skin tint from Fenty, I also have the Fenty concealer, the Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I have the shade 7 Deep Butter. So this is my go-to concealer. I have this and my Kosas, and those are my go-to. The Kosas is more medium coverage. This is more light to medium. So if I'm wearing no makeup, like literally nothing but concealer, it's this to cover dark circles, or like I sometimes get a little darkness right here. Or if I'm wearing a very light coverage thing and I just want that. So I'm wearing this today. I switch between it and the Kosas. I have the Kosas a little bit like, I had a zit on my nose, so I covered it with the Kosas, but like obsessed. Even my husband now has his own shade. He's the pinky color corrector 01 shade, I think Rose Quartz. And even he likes it. This is a beautiful concealer. It's runny, which kind of sucks, but you just tap it in with your fingers, it melts into your skin. I feel like it looks like, oh, I have concealer on for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then it just melts in and I just look awake and like I have good skin. So love this. As soon as this is gone, I will be buying another one. Okay, sticking with the complexion products, I'm gonna then mention the Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick. So I have the shade medium. I got this during the Sephora sale finally. It was back in stock and I love this. This is just a beautiful like cream bronzer slash contour shade. So light medium is a little cool tone and would work well as a contour. This is a little warmer, so it's more bronzery for me. Light medium looks a little too light though, but my best friend has it, so I should borrow it and try it. It's got the little brush at the end. I don't actually use this little brush. It works fine to stipple it in, but I have a Sigma brush that I use for cream products and I like that better. But this is beautiful. The formula is amazing. It's what I'm wearing today. It makes a very effortless, subtle sculpt and color to the face without looking like, oh, you have a bunch of bronzer on or something. And you can build it up and look like you have more bronzer on. My only complaint is that this is a little warm. I wish the undertone is a little different, but this will fit the vast majority of medium skin tones. I'm just an olive, so things are a little weird. I also got the Fenty cream bronzer in the shade Teddy, which does have a bit of an olive undertone, so I grabbed that a little bit more, just because the undertone works better, but I love both, and I'm so happy I finally got this. And talked to my friend Ruby, and she was like, yes, it's great. It's the only thing I've used since I got it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. And I don't regret it. I use it about half the time now. So I have a few blushes and highlighters and things like that, and some lips that I want to mention. So for blushes, the first thing I want to mention is the Trixie blush palette. This is the newest one. This is the Just a Girl palette. So I got, my favorite one from them is the orange, the Mod About You. That launched end of last year though, so I'm trying to stick with just 2020. They also launched a purple one, which is beautiful and I love, but not something I wear every day. I don't wear cool tone face products that often, just because of my skin tone. But they do work. I just don't gravitate towards them. But this is their newest one, and this is adorable. It's 90s themed. I'll have prices and everything linked down below, but this I think retails for about $29, and you get 2 blushes and a highlighter. So you got a darker blush, a lighter blush, and a highlighter. The highlighter has a nice rose goldness to it, but it doesn't look unnatural or too pink. And then this looks pretty dark, but it's actually, it shears out really nicely. So they build nicely. I love this blush formula. It's one of my favorites, like top 3 favorite blush formulas. And especially supporting a small queer-owned brand, 30 bucks or whatever it is for 2 blushes and a highlighter is not a bad price. And it's also just super cute. Like, I highly recommend. I don't think enough people try Trixie Cosmetics, at least in the YouTube beauty sphere. I just don't see it very often. And I want to help change that because it's such good quality. Another blush that came out this year that is amazing is the Pat McGrath blushes. So they do have blushes that come in like, you know, a big square. There's a couple of those shades that I really want. The Electric Bloom one, the like bright coral, I really want. But I have one of the little holiday palettes. So I have the holiday palette in Amber Allure, which is the darker of the two. And it has 2 blushes and a highlighter, just like the Trixie, except this was like 50 something dollars. And I got this because I wanted to try the blushes, but they're like $30 a piece. And this is smaller pans. You get to try a couple and a highlighter. I just couldn't help myself. So it's got this really pretty deep pink shade here, the terracotta shade, which is the one I wanted the most. And then this really beautiful like rose bronze champagne highlighter in the shade Venus Nectar. This is beautiful. This is all I wore for a few weeks after I got it. This is a really pretty shade. It's got a little bit of a warmth to it, so it's not too cool toned, so I still like it. And then this is a terracotta, but it has a little bit of a pink to it. So just, they're so flattering, they work really well. I'm wearing this and another one that I'll talk about in a minute as my blushes today. I put this one down all over and then I put a little of the other one on top, and it's beautiful. I don't see myself going through and hitting pan on most blushes things very quickly, so I'm not mad that it's smaller and then I get a cute little travel size thing with 2 and a highlighter. So I know, the holiday collection was 40% off for a little while. That I think has ended, but I'm sure Pat McGrath will do other sales. So especially if this is around and you can get it on sale, I highly, highly recommend. And then the third blush palette, I don't know how I ended up with a bunch of blush palettes, but I did, is the one from Melt. So this also retails for like $50. I got it on sale. I got it as the bundle with this in the palette, and then I had 25% off on top of that. So it definitely became worth it. At $50, $54, I don't know. It's probably still worth it to me, but it's that like, is it worth it for you? I don't know, but the quality's great. I will say that. So this is the Monarca blush palette that came out as part of their holiday collection. And I've been wearing this most days lately. This is my go-to, especially if I'm wearing light makeup, like I'm wearing the Fenty concealer, a lip gloss, and then one of these. That's all I wore for the day. That's been pretty common. So it's got 6 shades here. I have not worn the bright pink really, but I've worn the other 5. I just don't go for bright pink blush very often. They're very, very pigmented. That's part of why I think they're worth it, is they are so pigmented. This shade is kind of similar to the Pat one. If I can open, why can't I open you? Ugh, okay. It's kind of similar, no, they're not dupes, but they are in that same like terracotta family, and you can see this is darker and has a little more pink to it. This is just straight up warm terracotta, but that's my favorite blush shade, so I knew I would love it. This is like a lighter terracotta, orange, very orange, and the most pigmented shade in the palette, like a tiny dot is really all you need. And then these shades up here are beautiful. Like I thought they would be too light looking at online, but they're not. Like even on me, this shade right here is so beautiful in that like subtle, I'm wearing blush and my skin looks better, but you can't tell that I'm wearing blush kind of way. So for like a subtle everyday look, these two layered together is beautiful because these two have a shine to them. This one's like a rose gold and this one's like a peach. So putting like, or just these two together or just this one on, it just adds like a warmth and a glow to the face without looking like you're wearing blush. Like right now you can tell I'm wearing blush and I don't mind that look. But if I'm going for really subtle, these are beautiful. And then if I want more, I can just layer them up a little bit and then you really see them like this and they're gorgeous. I highly recommend this formula, especially once again on sale. So this is at Sephora now. So if like this is in stock the next time Sephora does a VIB sale and you can get like 20% off, I definitely recommend trying it out. Okay, so I've got a couple more face products and then some lips and then I'm done with this and then everything else will be eyeshadows. So I want to mention the new Haus Labs Casa Gaga face products. The eyeliner that's part of this is just the normal one but in gold packaging. It's the only liquid eyeliner I like, so I highly recommend that. The lip glosses look pretty, I just haven't bought any of them, but these are gorgeous. So they are expensive, so I would definitely wait for a sale, or if you get like an Amazon gift card for Christmas, get one. But this was $32, I think, and this was $42. So this is the blush, and it is the shade Spritz, and it's literally the color of an Aperol Spritz. So this is the other blush I have. I put this on top of the Pat McGrath. They blended beautifully together. This is like a gel powder, and it is a beautiful formula, and it is expensive, but you do get a decent amount of product in there. It looks really thick, and for being how little this is, and it also just feels so luxe and so nice. It looks like a little Hermes product, but way cheaper, and I love the formula, and it looks so pretty. So the matte blushes were what I was wearing all the time since I got those, and then now it's basically a fight between the melt and this. And then the highlighter in that, which is the shade, and then the highlighter that came in that collection, there's only one shade 4. It's supposed to be a universal highlighter, and it is this beautiful bronze, and that is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. And it is, if you're in my skin tone range, like if you're a light medium to darker, this is gonna look gorgeous on you. It has a translucent base, so it doesn't have too much pigment. It adds like a warm bronze glow to your skin, but it doesn't add that like cast that a gold highlighter can. I do have other gold highlighters or similar shades, and they definitely add like a cast because of the base color. This does not. I know my friend Kelly, Keep Beauty Real, just got the same one and tried it, and I think if you're paler than light medium, it'll be hard. I know Teresa's dad just posted a video trying this, and she also, it was her first time trying Haus Labs, and she was like, this is all great. She said she almost returned it because it's a little too dark for her, and she's very, very, very white. But she said layered under a blush, it looked beautiful, and so she's keeping it. And so that just shows you that that translucent base really does help. I did put this on my husband, and if I did a light layer on his ginger skin, it looked pretty, but if you put too much, it was like, it's too gold. It doesn't look right on your pale pink skin. But I think this is beautiful. This is, I think, my favorite highlighter of the year, and maybe in my collection as well. It's tied for favorite highlighter with the multi-chrome one from Kaleidos, but that's my fun one, and this is my like perfect for my skin tone one. The other highlighter that I have in here, which is also gorgeous and I just got, is the new holiday one from Pat McGrath. So this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in Lunar Nude. So this is gorgeous, huge. I'm very happy I got it on sale because it originally retailed for $60 and I think I paid like $28 because of sale and additional coupon and stuff. But it's beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. It feels very luxe. And then it's got this beautiful embossing of a crown, like all of the holiday stuff. And so this has a little more pink to it than my skin tone has. So I know Teresa said that this was like her favorite highlighter of the year and she was obsessed with it. And I can see why. It is very beautiful. I layered a little bit of it over the Casa Gaga one, and then it's what I have up here on my brow bone and a little bit on my nose. And it is beautiful, and I do not regret getting it, but it is, the undertone is a little more pink, and this is a little better tone-wise for my skin. So I've been gravitating towards this, but these two are both great. This is also $20 less than this. So, okay, so I have a few lip products I wanna mention real quick, and then I can stop rambling. So the first one I wanna mention is the Kaleidos lipsticks. This is the Lip Clays. I have the first two sets. I don't have the ones from the Apple collection that came out this fall. I was not buying anything at the moment when those came out, but I do really want them. There's a red in there that I really want, and a pink. But these are gorgeous. So this is the Fun set. This is the Flora Noir, I think. And this is the Sand Castle, which is the nudes. I have both. They come in these beautiful tins that I will keep forever. And these are amazing. So I also really love that now you can have a build your own set, so you can pick 4 and get a little case, and you're not stuck in the little sets, and you're also not stuck with all 4 in the set like I did. But I don't regret it. I love these. The shade in the nudes, I've worn all of them. They all look really beautiful. But the shade Terra, unsurprising, terracotta, is my favorite. And it's just a beautiful, like, orangey nude. I wore this all summer. They are extremely comfortable. They feel great on the skin, and they don't transfer. They smell kind of like chocolate to me, which is weird. Like a chemically chocolate, but it fades as soon as you put them on your lips. But they're great. They're the most comfortable liquid lipstick I've ever worn. And then they also don't transfer, so it's a win-win. And then the other set has the Fun shades, which I did try the teal. I've only worn it once, but it was very teal. But the pink and the red from this set, I've worn many times. The brown, I don't really like a brown lip on me, so I don't really wear it very often, but Cactus Flower is such a fun, bright pink. And Dahlia is such a beautiful red shade. I love these. And I really need the Apple collection still, so the next time I make a Kaleidos order, I'm buying both bundles from that. So the last of my favorite lip products, I want to mention the Lunar Beauty lip gloss. I forgot to grab it. That's not new, but I did finally try it, and they had some new shades come out this year. That is wonderfully comfortable. The shade Bitchcraft is like a sheer red, and I've worn it so much it's gone. Like, I've emptied it out, and that came out around Halloween, so that tells you how much I wear it. The other lip gloss that isn't a new lip gloss per se as of this year, but new shades came out all year, is the one from Trixie. So I grabbed 4 of them just to kind of show you. They come in really adorable packaging. I have a whole video about Trixie stuff that I will link. This is the shade I'm Baby, which is like a bronze, but like a sheer bronze. This is New Thing, which is like a sheer orange. And then this is the shade Ginger Spice, which is their like medium coverage. They also make a full coverage. The full coverage looks like a liquid lipstick. It's like full coverage. This is kind of in the middle. And this is so pretty. I would say the medium coverage from them, now that I've tried it, is very similar to the Pat McGrath lip gloss. So if you like the Pat McGrath lip gloss, I think you'll like these, and these are $16 instead of 30 something. So if you watch my lipstick declutter that's gonna be coming out next week, you'll see how many of these I have. I've given Trixie a lot of my money, and I have 0 regrets. So love, love, love these. And then the last lip thing that I wanna mention is from the beginning of the year. I think it came out in January, but I just got it recently, and I've worn it a couple times, and I love it, and it is the Odens Eye lipstick. I'm not the biggest fan of most bullet lipsticks. I don't like lipstick that transfers, and some of them can be some of the matte formulas can be too drying, but this is not. I got one of the shades in the Velvet. So it's the shade Fig Jam in the Velvet lipstick, and it is beautiful. It is the color of Fig Jam. It's kind of similar to the one I'm wearing now, but a little darker. I'm wearing the shade Fever Dream from Pat McGrath. And this is, I would say, comparable in formula to the Pat McGrath lipstick, but way cheaper. And I've heard people compare it to the Lisa Eldridge one as well. So like, it's really, really high quality. They have 4 shades in the Velvet and 4 shades in like a cream lipstick. And I want them to come out with more, and I want to buy them all because they are amazing. This is beautiful. It did stain my lips, but it stained it like this like mulled wine color, so it didn't look unnatural. It just looked like I had really pigmented lips the rest of the day. So not mad about that. But this is lovely, and I'm sad I only grabbed one. Especially for something like this, I tend to grab one thing, see if I like it, then buy more later. So I will join in the chorus of other people on YouTube saying how great this is, because it is. Okay, so that is all of my favorite beauty things from 2001. What is wrong with me? That is all of my favorite beauty things from 2021 that are not eyeshadow palettes. So I will be filming an eyeshadow palette favorites video and post that probably tomorrow. And then I will also be having a declutter video coming out sometime soon before the end of the year. So you can see my whole collection and see if there's anything in there that you want me to make videos of that I don't declutter. So let me know in the comments below what you think of my favorite things, and if any of these are also yours, or what your favorite things were. I really like hearing what other people love. It helps me figure out what I want to try too. So let me know, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.